Ladies and gentlemen, today we have all assembled here because everyone's favorite pirate. But did you know I worked in prison for 7 years? My dad is the guy from the World of Warcraft South Park's episode. Nepo Baby confirmed gay furry software is getting his life destroyed even harder now. Not only is the Stop Killing Games petition almost fully sent, boys, but Pirate Software now has parted ways with a game development studio or something like that, where I'm sure he would have used all of his notepad skills of game development to make games better and stuff. I'm sure of it. And now he's getting kicked from it. Ludwig, yes, that Ludwig that currently is hated by everyone, literally canned our favorite little pirate.
I am no longer working at Offbrand Games, says Pirate Software. People were attacking all of the games we were publishing and trying to mass review bomb them.
Good.
You can dislike the things I say, but
also, by the way, press X to doubt. I'm instantaneously assuming he's lying about this. I am 100% certain, though, the games that they developed were shit and boring and bad, and that's why people are disliking them in general. But again, anything that Pirate Software says is typically lies. If something is hard to confirm, Pirate Software is gonna say, "Oh, it's harassment. Oh, death threats. Oh, they're stealing my furry persona."
this kind of behavior is unhinged. Oh man.
And also, it's not, okay? There is a level where you should be able to separate the person from the art, but when it comes to people like Pirate Software, you should never do that. Because his existence is synonymous to the thing that he is working on, the thing that he is doing. And if he is somehow enthralled in a gaming, publishing, or development way, you know that he is gonna fill it with his own poison. And the game is gonna suffer from that. So, it is pretty reasonable to demand that a gaming company gets rid of someone like Pirate Software if they are working with them, because he is trash and he will ruin things.
Let's check out the carnage, because off-brand games are extremely vulnerable to that kind of attack right now. See, as far as I can tell, they've got 3 products on Steam right now, and 2 of them are only available in the form of a free demo, with an independent demo page each. What this means, from the perspective of someone who wants to review bomb their games, get together with other people or use bots, there are soft targets to deface. Because with the demo, the only barrier is downloading it, running it for a bit, and then you're allowed to leave a review. You don't have to pay anything. See, I downloaded Bonnie Bear Saves Frog Time demo, and now I can leave a review. I'm not going to, and you shouldn't either, but it's right there, and for anyone who wants to hit all their games, it's effortless. So with review bombers targeting all their products, this is gonna be oh, it's literally received 1 negative review ever, and that was in January.
I told you. I told you. Everything Pirate Software says that needs some kind of confirmation is a lie. Always assume Pirate Software is lying.
So their other soft target with a free demo, Aether, that must have been defaced with a review bomb, right? Not exactly. Okay, so their other game that's actually out, Rivals of Aether 2, and Ludwig, who I believe is a founder of Offbrand Games, said for sure that one is being review bombed. Such a bummer Rivals 2 is getting any shit. People are now review bombing the game. The now deleted tweet he was quoting doesn't seem to call for such a thing, but maybe people underneath it were saying they were gonna. And he confirmed today that the games they support have been getting review bombed. So we're looking for mass negative reviews of Rivals of Aether 2 that are not about the game, or are obviously not really about the game, even if they pretend to be. That's going to be way harder to bomb because there's a price tag. Are people bombing it somewhere else, like on Metacritic? No, 3 negative reviews ever. So Rivals of Aether 2 has been review bombed on Steam. I have to ask, where? We want to see a big old red spike.
Yep.
Where is it? In the month of...
This is the secret to the modern day lyings on Twitch and whatever. It is the fact that if anyone has to actually spend even a second of their own time to look something up, you can lie about it. And Pirate Software does it about everything. Again, I haven't seen this video. I'm just saying this is his playbook. he doesn't change it. This has been his playbook for years. Lie about being harassed, lie about review bombing, lie about being false reported while reporting other people and review bombing other people, lie about things that no one has even claimed about you, and lie about, well, again, lie about everything that cannot be proved easily. Or, in this case, lie about something like this because no one's gonna care.
Of June, the most negative reviews it got in a day was 6. As far as I can count, less than 10 have anything to do with pirate software or Stop Killing Games. But there aren't even enough negative reviews in total that if they were all about that, it could be called any kind of review bomb. But of course, because Ludwig said it was being review bombed, people went on to counter that. One user's recommendation reads, "Game is getting review bombed for some blank that ain't even true."
You absolutely love these people that are fans of these idiots. Like, you go look zero negative reviews, and the first thing you do is like, it's getting review bombed. Where are the reviews? Negative bombs? Where are they? It's getting review bombed. I got told by trusted sources it is. I hate these people so much.
Lamau. Ironic. When I originally tweeted my skepticism of the review bomb, something became clear. People heard about the bomb, went to the page, saw it was on Mixed, and seemed to have thought it dropped down to 50% because of this review bomb.
Nah, Mixed is not 50% on Steam.
The #1 post about review bombing in their subreddit talks about it dropping to 52% after this review bomb. But that is actually intensely misleading. So we do know a little while before the SKG related reviews, it was on 60%. They're right about that. And on June 26th, post-bombing, it was down to 52%. They're right about those numbers, but there's something they're ignoring. It was 60% of 155 reviews, and then 52% of 121 reviews. This is because
we have talked about this. This is why Starfield, for example, is going to constantly just become less positive in its reviews. This is why Fallout 76 is getting more positive in its reviews, technically. Because the people that are playing these games are either normal people or they're insane. Okay, there's two options. Typically, they're normal people when they play something like this and they're like, oh, this is shit. Boop. And that is the reality of this game, obviously. The only reason it had even any positive reviews is because positive review bombing, because it was promoted by all of the channels with the people who are going to instantaneously call it amazing because it's by their favorite creator.
2% of 121 reviews. This is because, of course, recent reviews is a 30-day window. The video that pissed everyone off dropped on June 23rd. So, what was Rivals of Aether 2's 30-day average the day before? 24th May to 22nd June, inclusive. 30 days. Using the archives to count day by day, by my maths there were 130 reviews in that period, 72 of those being positive. That gets you 55% positive the day before Ross's video. So the claim is, that video got your review bombed, and your recent average dropped 3% by the 26th. Not much of a bomb, is it? But it gets worse. If we shift that window 3 days, so we're looking at the 27th of May to the 25th of June, the day before the positive counter bomb, you lose 2 negative, 3 negative, and 3 negative, which is 8. In the days that replace those when the window moves, you got 4 negative, 1 negative, and 3 negative, which is also 8. But in those 3 days you lose from the window shift, you lose 2, 3, and 7 positive reviews, which is 12. And it's replaced by days where you got 2, 2, and 1, which is 5. A decrease of 7. Advanced maths, I know. Which dumps you down to 123 total, 65 of which are positive, landing you at just below 53% positive.
There you go. Exactly.
Recent review percentage went down because you got the same number of negatives, but less positives. That ain't a bomb.
And that's gonna continue happening.
Let's take a peep at Pirate Software's self-published game. Now that is what a bomb looks like.
And you know what? Completely deserved.
Fair few of the new ones have barely any playtime, though that can be explained by the game itself, and they just talk about Pyro Software's takes. Maybe he has a legit grievance there, but this isn't Offbrand published. Rivals of Aether 2, now apparently some have been deleted, but I cannot find more than 10. I can't even find 10. 10 reviews that are clearly not actually about the game. Now when you get really bombed, Steam steps in and drops one of these. That hasn't happened here, and you can still take that filter off if you want. Plus, on Rivals, reviews that are just talking about Moldavius are still there. I would suggest that there is zero evidence any kind of bombing happened. Just a minuscule number of annoyed people. Not even enough to change the 30-day negative.
I mean, are we really gonna pretend it's surprising that Pirate Lying Software lied about something? Heavens! Heavens! How is that possible?
Review quantity until you hit the 26th, which is the day the massive counterbomb happened. And all 6 of those negative reviews are from people who put substantial time into the game and are talking about the game. One guy who's played it for 40 hours went out of his way to say, yeah, he knows about the Pyro Software stuff, it annoys him, but this ain't about that. Even though there's content in the game that was used to promote and
wait, is that a clown emoji?
fundraise for Pyro Software's ferret rescue. I didn't know about that financial connection, but I checked and it is absolutely true. If there's anything I'll give Pyro Software a big thumbs up for, it's rescuing animals. But in those
I would not. I am afraid for those animals because he is a furry and he has a fetish for ferrets. That's pretty apparent considering that's literally his persona.
Reviews, that's the only mention, and one weirdo just pasted the about section. But from all that I've seen, Pyro Software's statement about why he's stepping down doesn't exactly strike me as real or true. And it absolutely stinks of face saving and fear of what might happen in the future, rather than anything that really has. Little bit like that unlawful.
Also, the fact that this is a bust. Okay, obviously this. We have so many people that got famous off of Twitch, YouTube. People who don't fucking know shit about business, gaming, or anything, and they're like, "I'm gonna make my own company," and all of them go bankrupt. Surprise, surprise. This is not even the first time streamers try to make their own game publishing or whatever. Okay. OTK's Mushroom? Mad Mushroom, yes. Mad Mushroom, that was their publishing thing. Failed spectacularly, obviously. They tried even to make their own games. All of these people fail because they don't know shit about business. Their egos are just that fucking high because, oh, I lucked out and now I have thousands of people watching me. Guess I know everything about everything without having even a 12th grade education. Guess that checks out.
Full DMCA.
And then McDonald's viewership is like, oh my god, true!
Claim. Feel free to prove me wrong, but I did my usual digging and didn't find shit. He did say trying to mass review bomb them, so maybe there's evidence of a terrible plot. But be forewarned that some screenshot of a dipshit in a Discord isn't going to cut it for me, especially when they aren't competent enough to even hit your free demos. You don't quit your passion job over that. Maybe he should focus more on something he's good at, being a sacrificial lamb. Blows himself up fighting SKG, signatures go through the roof. Gets hated on a little bit in a tiny dusting of negative reviews. Positive reviews go through the roof, and the game gets put on a nice 30% sale. Maybe I'll pick it up. Don't have much time, but I loved the first one. Oh, the video was going to end here, but stop the press. Pyro Software has given an update, I just noticed. For those trying to say this is now somehow a lie, the
people at least caught on.
Abuse was across socials, people on Discord, Twitter, Reddit, and some reviews on Steam. Oh, so you know.
Wait. Oh my god, this is, again, see, this is what he does again. He makes a statement, there's currently review bombing happening at Steam, a breaking news. Then people look at it and are like, oh, this is a lie. And he's like, well, actually, I meant, actually, you're an idiot because it's just social media. And he just instantaneously switches it up, okay? The great thing about liars like Pirate Software is there is a certain amount of defense that you can construct because there's just too many lies. At this point, it's so hard to even follow all of the... I'm a Pirate Software lie historian, okay, at this point. I have covered everything! Everything! And yet, It's even slightly hard for me to sometimes remember which lie are we actually currently speaking and what that entails and implies and whatnot. That's how that's the bonus of lying about virtually your whole existence. It's too hard at some point to actually figure out what you're lying about, and people will misunderstand something. And then pirate software will say, see, this never happened, and then it's gonna be the truth because they're misconflating like two separate events. Because there's just too many events too that he has lied about.
On Steam. Oh, so you know it wasn't review bombed. Abuse and whatever, sure. Horrible. That ain't all you said, though. Indie games are fragile things, and attacks like that hit hard. Overall sentiment was to bash the games. Very different to people actually review bombing it or trying to review bomb it, as you said. You know that didn't happen. You said
just push that goalpost a little bit farther away, my dude. It's all fine.
it did. What's that called? People were trying to review bomb it? How do you review bomb? You get the game, run it for a bit, leave a review. If you want to be really nasty, I think you can refund. Maybe they plugged that up though. People were trying to do that, but what? They couldn't find the store page? They went to pay and oh shit, I don't have $20 or whatever. Did not happen. And the sentiment was also to bash the developers working on them to try to get back at you. That's horrible.
Surely. Surely.
Too bad you also said other things. Saying thing B and that being legit doesn't erase bullshit A you spoke. He did this with the stop
Again, all of this is probably lies anyway.
killing game stuff, remember? Hey, I didn't lie. Here are the things I said that are true. Ignoring the thing people are saying is a lie. And this time something more's happened. A review bomb has morphed into people bashing it on other platforms and there being some reviews. You threw out a heavy accusation of a very specific kind of conduct.
And it was lies. Oh no! Who would have expected? Well, anyway, I mean, he probably wanted out of that fucking failure anyway, because all of these game companies run by streamers are shit. Oh, by the way, no streamer actually has their own company. That doesn't exist, if you're wondering, okay? Someone having like a PCs or something like that they are selling. It's just companies approaching them with an already made business plan, and they just need to promote it, and then they get like 30% of whatever, and they get to say, "Oh, I own the company." That's the deal. This is how all of these streamer-run companies actually function. Anyway, that was harmful opinions. Obviously, very harmful. 10 out of 10. Bye.